It is Monday, December 26th, 2022, 2:14 p.m. I am working, but I wanted to make this quick video because it's been a while. A lot has changed, a lot is going on, and I think I'll talk about it more in the new year, but I'm Slim Shady now. Did this a few weeks ago and I absolutely love it. Not so much when it's dry, it's kind of not the greatest look when it's dry, but when it's wet I really like it. Um, I've been playing a lot of guitar. Um, my YouTube recommendations, just one day I had a bunch of Tim Henson from Polyphia, and I watched that and I was like, oh cool, I want to play a Polyphia song one day. So I've been doing that all the time now. So like I play guitar every day for the last at least week, maybe week and a half now. And like the majority of my free time is now spent playing guitar. For the first time in forever, I was playing WoW and I was doing my dailies, and I was like, man, I want this to be hurried up. Let's speed this up. Let's get this over with because I want to go play guitar. Um, and then I eventually was like, it was just taking too long. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll do this later. I'll come back later and do this. I just want to play guitar, and I played guitar for so Friday I had the late shift last week, so I got off at 8 and I played guitar till just after midnight. The day after, I guess it was Christmas Eve, so I didn't play as much. But like the day before that, I played as soon as I was done work. Like I've been playing non-stop and still not the greatest, but I'm getting better at Nothing Else Matters. I'm learning Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm learning Fire Fire by Flyleaf. I know Adam's song for the most part, but I haven't really been practicing. I've been practicing the other ones, and been doing scales as well. So getting better at that. Like I bought an electric tuner. I got a capo, and yeah. So I'm doing that a lot, and that, you can't see it, but I also bought a keyboard as well, and the stand for it comes in on Tuesday. So actually, there's the box right there, but I'll need to I'll put that up and I'll start playing around with that as well. I played around with the first day I got it, and I was learning the intro to Still Dre, which is very like finger placement is hard, and I'm gonna have to learn how to read like music. So C, A B C D E F G, I think is how it goes through, and like C sharp, C flat, or whatever the other one is. So that's going to be interesting, and I think it's just cool because I'm really excited about playing this music and playing, or just learning how to play these instruments and play guitar and learn how to play these instruments, like I said. And my goal has been for a long time, and continues, a goal I have, I should say, is to one day make my own album. And I'm actually working on like learning how to play those instruments so I can one day do that. And I think that if I keep playing guitar this way, I'm really excited to see like this time next year, like where I'm at, what I can play. Because right now, simple stuff like just moving up and down the fretboard it can be a little bit difficult. It's like with Smells Like Teen Spirit, and it's just cool. It's just interesting. But I can see progress too. Like I'll spend, it might take me like 4 hours. I think the one day I was learning the one part from Smells Like Teen Spirit, or like when I first started playing scales, like I was dun 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 dun. Now I'm like I can do dun 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 dun. Like I think the fastest I've done was like 300 BPM. So like not consistent. Like I did it once, and I was like, oh cool, and then I can do it again. But like I'm learning, and it's just really really cool, and I'm really really excited about that. So been doing that a lot. In September, I believe it was. I don't remember the last time I made a video was, but I think it was around September, October. I was doing a lot of mushrooms. Well, not a lot, but I was doing mushrooms, and I was trying to run away from my problems, and eventually my problems found me, and I couldn't run away from them, and I just had a bad trip, but it ended up being great, because I broke down, and I've never cried so hard in my life, and I had a legitimate conversation with myself, and it was weird because it was like, it's such a hippie thing to say, but I felt the separation. There was my brain by itself talking to me, and I was talking to my brain. I know how crazy that sounds, but like I was having that conversation. It took me like, I don't know, it felt like an hour, maybe 30 to 45 minutes or so of me just like hammering against that wall, that door, like, let me the fuck in. What are you hiding from me? What don't you want me to know? And I was getting so mad. And it's funny too, because I was like, man, like you're against me, like you're fighting against me. I'm just trying to help myself, and you won't let me help myself. And like I would keep like thinking like how do I get into my head, like whatever thoughts I was having, and then like a musical note would fly by, or other thoughts of like, okay, I've banged enough at this door today. Come back tomorrow. Just keep banging at this door, and one day I'll break down. And I was like, no, wait, hang on, you fucking sly fuck. No, you're not getting away that easy. I see what you're doing. No, we're doing this today, now. and I was adamant, and I eventually I felt it. I was in the eye of the storm, and it was calm, it was peace, and it was literally like a fucking door opened, and I walked into my head, and I had a conversation by myself, and I was honest, and I was asking myself questions I've been asking myself for a decade, and I had answers. And it wasn't me answering my question, it was my brain. Obviously it's me, but like it wasn't me. And it was in that moment that me and my brain got on the same page. It was like, oh, you weren't fighting against me, you were helping me in the way that you knew how, the way that you're designed to. You're trying to protect me, you're trying to make me not feel the things that I'm feeling, and a distraction seems to work for me. So that's what you're used to doing, that's what you do. So that was such a revelation, and I had just like honestly at least an hour and a half conversation where I was getting amped up, I was getting excited, I was pacing around my room talking to myself, and I was just so much self-discovery happened in the span of that afternoon. And one of the biggest things from that was that I realized how important time is to me, and how like everything that I do, like I'm addicted to entertainment, and that a big portion of that is the time that I feel I'm wasting because I'm not spending the time being addicted to something. So if I'm going out with friends, I'm like, oh, that's not time I could be spending watching a podcast or a movie or something, and I'm wasting my time with this. Where it's like, no, I'm living my life outside of these things. And like with work, like the job itself doesn't matter. It's the time I'm wasting. I'm wasting 40 hours of my week, 8 hours of my day, just doing nothing. Who gives a fuck what I do? Whether it's IT or whether it's data entry or whatever. Like I don't think there's a job out there that maybe there is actually, but at the moment I don't know a job out there that I would gladly spend 40 hours a week and not feel like I'm wasting my time. And I was like, I don't care how much I get paid, because at the end of the day, I'm still wasting 40 hours a week. I only have a limited amount of time to spend that money to enjoy my time. And then I got upset because I was like, man, like work has the audacity to drain my time away, but not only that, it has the fucking balls to make me feel like shit, to make me undermine myself, to make me feel self-conscious, to make me feel stupid. And like there was a confidence building that happened there, and it was just ever since then I've been working on myself. I've gone to therapy a few times just to kind of work on some roadblocks I was having. I've been reading a lot of self-help books, not so much this last month because I was on vacation for 3 weeks of it. And even then I was like trying to like get out of the house. I didn't get out as much as I would have liked to, but like being out, I wasn't always pulled back to my computer, which in the past I would have been. So like going to a mall like 2 hours away, like it wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, oh, that's just what it is. Like going to look at apartments, like that was before, that was a big roadblock. It's like, oh, so much time wasted. It's like, no, you're fucking making your life better by doing this. And it was just really, really cool. So yeah, that was like a big thing that happened this year. Now I might talk more about that, but I'm so thankful and happy for that, because it really, like, it's kind of cringe. Like I see myself like before that trip and after that trip, and after that trip I'm much happier, I'm much more confident. Not to say that I'm fully happy, I'm fully confident in everything, but like I definitely feel like a better and a different person, especially like with some of the books I've been reading. One of the best ones I've read so far, my favorite I think, is Children of damn, what was it called? Children of Anxious Parents or something like that, or Children of Emotionally Immature Parents or something like that. Basically, it was like, wow, like I didn't realize how much of my upbringing, like I knew it mattered, but I didn't see how much of it like came from the way that I was raised, and how many things about myself are because of the parents. And it's like, holy shit, like I'm not just this way. Like I can fix this. I can fix it. So, but the big thing, the big change is that January 1st, I'm moving. I found out I think they accepted my offer on on the weekend at some point, and then I made my deposit officially on Monday, and basically at this point we're just doing a couple sign-offs. I got my internet this morning, which I'm getting such a better deal than we have here. It's fucking nuts. So that's cool. But yeah, I moved January 1st, and I got my own place. um, and I knew that like I knew that I was gonna be happy, but I didn't realize how like emotional it was gonna be. So like, especially these last few days, I've been getting a little bit more. It's not sadness. Like I'm just the part of my life that's over. And like seeing it from Mama's perspective, like I'm kind of putting myself in that memory of hers. Like I was a baby boy, I needed her. Then I got to a point where like I asked for her help, and then I got to a point where I didn't need her, or I didn't want her help, and now I don't need her help. And it's like I'm an adult, and I'm like moving on and building something. And I'm just excited. I keep looking out of this window. There's 50 blocks, cylinder blocks, whatever, that I've counted. The house next door. And that's been my view for so long. And it's felt like a prison. And I felt like I've lived in a prison for so long. In this view, I can't wait to never fucking see again. So, wasn't expecting to cry, but whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. I'll probably make another video in the new place, but just wanted to make this one now. Okay, bye. Also cookies.